parents, Amanda Fugate here again, and today I'm going to be tackling physical health. Now, you have got your classroom ready or your learning environment ready. You have everything set up. You've got your key tools in place. You're setting up boundaries, or you have them set up with the kids, right? You're organized. You know where everything is at. You're consistent. You make sure that you follow through with whatever you say, right? You're making it a fun learning environment so the kids want to learn. You are very aware of their attention spans. You're chunking it up. You have a teaching time along with a break time, along with a teaching time, along with a break time, and possibly have a schedule up so that the kids know exactly what's going to happen for the day, right? And of course you can move that around a little bit, but just so they have a general idea. Yes? So then we went into mental health. You're taking care of yourself. You're making sure that you are mentally ready to go. You're focused. Your focus and attention is going to be placed on the kids, helping them to have the best learning experience they can have, and not about your problems or things that are going on, right? That you are totally focused on them. You're feeding your mind. You're getting information, whether it be through books or other media. You know what's going on, right? You're meditating maybe and reflecting and helping yourself get into that right mind frame. Or you might be using the meditation for after lunch when you're trying to build your energy back up, right? You're promoting community and teamwork in the classroom or the learning environment. And maybe you're unplugging from the media the night before, so you're turning your phone off or turning it on airplane at a certain time, and then you're not turning it back on till the next morning after you have gotten into a really good mind frame, and it's not going to influence you or upset you or take your focus away, right? So that leads us into physical health. Now I realize with physical health there are two different sections. There's the environment and there's taking care of your body. So if we're looking at the environment, I happen to be super lucky. Right before break, I was working with a kindergarten teacher, and she had so many kindergartners, they had given her 2 full-time aides because she had that many kids in her classroom. And she introduced me to On Guard. At the time, I wasn't working with doTERRA. I had never heard of On Guard before, but she told me all about it. And she said that it really helped with the environment. It helped with the kids. It's got like a nice citrusy smell, so we get them like really super energized. And then she told me also that since she started using it a few years ago, that she has never gotten sick again. So I started, of course my ears perked up because I tend to get sick if I get super stressed or I don't get enough sleep, and I'm like, oh, I want to learn all about it, right? So that's great for diffusing in the diffuser. I also use it, like if I go to the grocery store and I come home, I'll put a drop of it in my water and I'll drink it just to like make sure my system's working well. Now if you're using On Guard in a diffuser, I will let you know, we happen to have cats here. It's not good for cats. Most oils aren't good for cats. I'll give you a link where you can look up the oils that are good and bad for cats. If you're using it in the house, it's really not that big of a deal, but you do need to make sure that they have an escape route so that they can go to another room or they can go outside where they can get away from it, because they will take care of themselves and get away from it because their body just can't handle it. Okay? Now, because I have cats, we have cats, I tend to use lavender a lot because lavender is safe for them. So I like to use lavender. I got this great diffuser from Amazon, and it has all these different colors. So I use it to tell me what kind of oil I have in there. Right now I'm using lavender, so I have it at purple. If I'm using a citrus one, I will put it at an orange or a yellow. If I'm using On Guard, I put it orange. If I'm using citrus, I put it at yellow. And that just is kind of my mental note of what I'm burning in there or what I'm diffusing in there, so that I'm aware of it, all right? Now, taking care of your body. The first thing, I can't stress it again enough, is water. Water, 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 or water, right? You want to make sure that you are hydrated. It makes your body feel better. It helps you flush out toxins. If you're hydrated, usually you won't get headaches. It's so good for you and for your students too. And if you don't like water or they don't like water, then make it fun. You can infuse it with fruit. You can also infuse it with oils. They have lemon oil, they have lime oil, they have grapefruit oil. I mean, I would just make sure that it's 100% pure oil, especially if it's going inside my body, or if you're using it with other people's children. I found this wonderful article from Consumer Reports I'm going to include on this, on the links, that tells you all about the oils. They did an independent study and this year, and they found out which oils were like truly pure and which ones weren't, so I'll include that. I also, in the morning, to get me ready for the day, when I wake up, I have a glass of warm water with lemon. Now, I squeeze lemon into it with a fresh piece of lemon, which is the juice of the lemon, and then I also use the lemon oil, which is made out of the rind, and then I drink it with a straw because I want to protect my teeth. Now, if you're just using the lemon oil with the water, you don't need a straw. But if you're using fresh lemon, then you definitely, I'd recommend it just to prevent your teeth breaking up, okay? So, you wait a half hour after you drink that warm water. It releases like your toxins. It gets you all flushed out, and I always feel really lighter after I've had it in the morning. It just gets me ready for the day, all right? Now, next thing would be healthy foods. We're getting water through our water glass or our water bottle, right? If you're eating healthy foods like fresh fruit and vegetables, those are loaded with water, right? So you're getting water that way also. I would try to stay away from the sugary foods. Again, you'll have the sugar high with the sugar crash, whether it be you or your students. Try to stick with the healthier foods. A key thing, if you get a headache, I've been using it for years, is peppermint oil. I've used it with myself and with teachers when they've complained that they've had headaches, or office staff. And what you do is you just take a drop of peppermint oil, rub it on your fingers and rub it on your temples. It's amazing. It takes away your headache, or at least I've found that, and other people have found that. And also, another trick is if you're getting low energy for any reason, put 1 drop of peppermint oil on your hand and lick it. And it gets onto your tongue, and all of a sudden you'll find that you're suddenly awake again. It's another great tool if you need to like get that energy going right away, right? Activity breaks. Again, so important. Make sure that the kids are having the activity breaks. You might even need the activity breaks. I know I taught primarily this year. I was with kindergarten and first grade the entire year pretty much. And I found that to keep my energy going, I'd make sure I get that extra exercise. So I play with the kids. It gets the oxygen into your bloodstream, and it gets you revitalized, right? So when the kids would play tag, I'd play tag with them. If they do a fun game where they play, you know, Simon Says or leading goofiness, I'd play along, right? If they were running, I'd run with them, okay? Get the oxygen into your bloodstream. That's going to help you too, okay? Another thing is, if you can, on the nice days, try to teach outside. I loved teaching outside. When I was a full-time teacher, I used to look for the days that were really nice, and then I would take the kids outside and I'd teach under a tree, so we'd have the shade. But they love it because they get the sun, they get the fresh air, they hear the birds. Plus, it's an opportunity for them to get in a different teaching environment, right? And it gives them a break from being in the same place all the time. And then, again, with nutrition, I'd recommend make sure your supplements are good, that your vitamins are good. I know I've lived all over, and when I moved, I grew up in Oregon, but I moved a lot. And then when I came back to Oregon, I started taking vitamin D3 because it helped, especially on rainy days, it helped keep my mood up, right? Now I do it a little bit differently now that I'm working with doTERRA. But at the time, and when I was subbing, I was always taking vitamin D3. Even if it was a sunny day, I'd take it just to keep my system consistent, right? And then, of course, exercise, like I said. Try to take a walk maybe in the morning if you can, or play with the kids if you can. I have a great link for Zumba. If you're into Zumba, that was started by a teacher, and it's her side business. And she has a partner, a Zumba partner, and they have a studio, so they do it virtual as well as live, where you can go in. And then yoga is a great one, right? Yoga, getting the stretching in, getting the oxygen in to your whole body. And Kinergy is another great one. And I will include all those links on the site, all right? So for the next section of videos, originally I was going to do kindergarten through 5th grade. I did have a parent that asked me about pre-K. I didn't sub in pre-K this year, but last year I did, and I was in there for a chunk of time, so I'm fairly familiar with pre-K. So now I'm going to put together a series of videos from pre-K up to 5th grade. They're going to be short little videos just with the key points of the things that I've found with each grade that help assist. I'm also going to be including more links, specific grade level links that are great for like what the kids are required to learn. And I'm going to be including some supplements. I have a lot of great supplements that I've collected over the last few years that I utilize as a substitute a lot of times. That will help you, they'll reinforce things that you're teaching, or if you need extra practice. So I'll be including all those, all right? I truly hope that these videos are helping. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If there's anything you want me to cover I haven't covered, please let me know. If you know of any great links of things that have worked really well for your kids, or if you're a teacher and you know of some great links that you would recommend, let me know. I would love to add them to the website. Again, all the links and all the information coming from me is basically from teaching in New York, California, and subbing in Oregon now, right? So, I mean, I'm totally up. I'm always learning. Teachers are always learning, right? So shoot them my way, and I would love to add them to the website. And I hope you all have a wonderful Labor Day. And I, again, hope this video has been helpful. Thank you.